Okay, good day, everyone. Good day, students. Welcome to the final discussion of our English composition writing. This is the module 4, and it is titled Writing for Special Purposes. This is also, this module comprises 3 lessons, and the lessons are really important for the application of those knowledge and information or pieces of information that we have learned all throughout the semester. So we come now sa last part, and sa last part, we are going to write our thoughts, our information that we have in mind for special purposes. And we are going to write not just for expressing emotions, but for purposeful na mga um yes, purpose, no? Special purposes, purposeful actions in writing. So, let's start with dealing with lesson number 1, the types of writing according to its purposes. So, there are types of writing, at least selected ones, that we should be learning in our journey here in English composition writing. We are going to compose according to these types, no? And we are going to choose which one suits our intentions. So, according to its purposes, we have here number 1, the reaction paper. From the word itself, react, this deals with the expression. Ang purpose ani is, kung magsulat ta og reaction paper, the purpose of this is to express a personal response. Okay? Take note of the word personal response. So this is something to do with your subjective response. Upon seeing a material, whatever material it is, whether it's a book, film, article, or event, it goes beyond the summary. Okay? It does not just talk about what the author included in the material or what the writer mentioned in the article, film, or book, but what you say about what your personal response about the said material. It goes beyond summary by interpreting, evaluating, or reacting emotionally and critically to the material. Pure response gyud siya, or it seems like an immediate response depending on how the material made you feel. Okay? This is through your interpretation and full of subjective sense. Puno ini siya ng mga I think because it's how you've been affected by the said book, film, article, or event. Bisag unsa pa na nga events, as long as you have a feeling about that event, then it could be, and you can write something about it, then it should be a reaction paper, or it should fit the definition of the reaction paper. It goes beyond summary by interpreting, evaluating your evaluation as well sa isa ka material, or reacting emotionally. This is your reaction paper. So, in other words, reaction paper is not just simply printing your reaction that comes from your face. Dili ingana, okay? But to think critically, to write what you think about the material. Bali imo response tungod sa isa ka material na akay naisip about what you think about this specific material. Okay, this is the purpose of reaction paper. Pure reaction, feelings. Okay, for example, nakakita ka ng salida na very horrifying horror movie, for example. And your reaction, of course, you will be terrified, no? And you can write something about what terrifies you, about the film, that something that scares you the most. That's an example of a reaction paper. Ang tono niya, ang tone, subjective, yet logical. Take note of the word subjective. Yes, personal, opinionated, yet it should be put logically. What that means is it allows personal opinions but must be supported by concrete examples. So if you just say that this film is not good, you must be supporting that with your concrete examples. Examples mean that it exists in the real world. Okay, na makita gyud siya from the word itself, concrete. So, na dapat kay concrete examples and critical reasoning. So, yes, I feel something about this film, but let me explain about the scenes that made me feel this way. Okay? In the scene sa movie nga na ay sa climax na ay gipatay for example and it's really horrifying to watch, then you can say that I do not like this scene because in my experience it does not fit my values. Okay? It doesn't align with my values and therefore you are by writing that, no? You are showing a concrete example that the values that you are cultivating has nothing to do with the scene. That's why you disliked it in the first place. So this is the tone of the reaction paper. Ang structure, easy lang gihapon. You introduce the material, unsa ang material all about, provide context, and state your overall reaction or thesis. After introducing the material, na this movie is all about, or this paper is all about the reaction of the movie, this and that. Summary dayon ka. Briefly outline the main points or storyline for context. So, you summarize the outline of or the main points or the storyline for context para jay sab idea ang nagbasa sa imong reaction paper of what you are reacting kung unsa may imong gireakan base wala mi idea about ana. Number three is your reaction. Okay, reaction nimo, share your thoughts and critiques supported by specific references. Dili kung I do not like this movie because that's what I think. You must back it up by what I said earlier as concrete examples. And that will be made as your specific references. Ang specific references nimo kay gikan ra sab sa film, sa book, sa article, sa event na imo tag reactionan. Okay? That's, for example, sa libro, page number 7. I do not like this particular paragraph or page because of your reason and thoughts na dayon. Okay? This is how you write your reaction. Dili kung overall, I do not like this book because di ako ganahan. That's not enough reason. Okay? And the last part is conclusion, of course. Reflect on the broader significance and restate your impression. Overall, I stated my points, I stated my thoughts where I disagree with the author or the writer or the event coordinator, whatever, and you reflect. It's because maybe the values that I practice in my home, in my school, in my community, do not just align with the author's response or the author's idea. So that's why I disagree and I have this reaction paper. So this is how you reflect, no, the broader significance and restate your impression. Conclude ra kakibale. So that's reaction paper. Okay, reaction paper. Um Next one, number two, is reflection paper. Reflection paper is different from reaction paper because this one, naa siya evaluation. Naa kay personal insights, naa kay wisdom nga gi-apply. So, sa personal nimo nga response, kaganina sa reaction paper, that's just your immediate reaction. But this time, naa kay realizations. And when you realize, you are reflecting. Okay? When you realize, you draw expectations and you draw realizations. And you relate it to your experiences. Okay? Purpose of it is that it explores personal insights and realizations drawn from an experience, concept, or reading, focusing on internal growth and values. So when we reflect, we realize what made us think in the first place. Okay? When we reflect, we include our insights, what we think about the film, what we think about the book, or the journal, or the article, or the event. Okay? Ang reflection paper, gi-include nimo imong wisdom. Okay? You reflect your wisdom and you write it sa imong reflection paper. When you have a wisdom, of course, you have the applied knowledge. Lain si knowledge, kay nahibayo ako sa isa ka butang by its definition. But you know the usefulness of some things, then it's already a wisdom. Okay, pag kahibayo ka na unsaon pag apply sa isa ka knowledge, knowledge is just knowing, plain knowing lang yun. Pero pag i-apply na nimo siya, then you have your wisdom. Okay, you have now your wise wisdom on how to use certain concepts, especially in real life scenarios. So, ang mo dyan ang purpose ng reflection. It's like you looking in the mirror, tapos you question your identity. You are reflecting when you do that. Okay? When you're looking in the mirror and then you You think like you are flashbacking sa mga things na imong nahuman and what made you a better person among those things that you have acted, then you are reflecting in that part. It's the same gihapon sa pag nagbasa ka og libro, nangita ka og salida. What values do I need to experience and realize in this film? Okay? Unsa man nga concept nga makarelate ko and then makashare ko sa akong insight, then that's reflection. Okay? You evaluate the text, you evaluate the message of the material. That's the purpose of reflection. Ang tono sa media personal, pero introspective. Ang introspection is a concept where you reflect on your own. Okay? Pag kabayo ka mo introspect, kabayo ka mo basa sa imong kagalingon. Okay? You introspect, meaning to say, you acknowledge your own identity, your own wrongdoings, and your own possibility of change. Introspection ang tawag doon. At least you consider nimo. Kung ikaw nga tao, for example, you don't acknowledge your mistakes. Maskin mali na ka, o di gyapon ka mo angkon sa imong mistakes, then di ko kabayo mag-introspect. Wala kay introspective thoughts or wala kay introspection. So, that's what we mean by introspection. Ang tono ng ato reflection paper is personal, introspective, and sincere, genuine. Okay? There's no other hidden agenda. Uses first person point of view. Usually yun sa personal nato nga reflection paper is that first person yun ang gigamit. Okay? Mostly I. I think, I believe that this line means something nga ma-relate na ako sa akong galingon. Okay? That's the tone, among tono sa ato reflection paper. Structure, basic, intro, body, and conclusion na gyapon. So that's our reflection paper. Okay? Ang mga gyapon ng ito structure, take note lang sa differences nila sa purpose and tone. Next one, number three is position paper. Ang position paper class is where you stand. Okay? Ang purpose ani, simple lang. From the word position, where do you position yourself when you introduce an idea? Where do you position yourself when you combat or rebut something from what you have read and seen? It takes a firm stance. Okay? Dili gyud ma dali-dali nga stance or where you stand has something to do with your stance. Unsa may gibarugan nimo, unsa may barugana nimo, kung sa Bisaya pa na pagka-explain. So, it takes a firm stance on a controversial issue and aims to persuade through logical arguments and credible evidence. So it's not just standing on one side or on either side, but rather standing with credible evidence. Credible evidence means that you can provide statistical support for what you were saying. Okay? It takes a firm stance on a controversial issue and aims to persuade. For example, what is your stance on abortion, for example? What is your stance on the topic abortion? Kung positive ka, you agree. Okay? You agree with you allow abortion. Pag diyan ko sa negative side, diya ko ni stand, then that's your stance. Like, you're against abortion yun. So, this is something to do with your position. Kung jay issue at hand, kung jay issue na tag-discussan, then dapat jay mo stance. And this is what I have been telling you. Pag magsulat gani ka og essay, make sure sa conclusion na naa kay stance because you can never be in between when you are writing a position paper. Okay? You can never be in between. It's like you are the referee of the two ideas fighting within the ring. It's not how it works. Dapat nagyud kay side. Kay para excuse me. Kay para naa kay strong nga persuasion sa audience nimo. Okay? For example, pro-abortion ka or against ka sa abortion. Either side yun ka, sa wala or sa too ka. Okay? So right or left, dili pwede sa middle. That's position paper. Kaya dapat naka-position ka on a certain stance where you think that that's true. O, okay? Or depende sa imo kung haay ka mo position. Pol, uh, Political dynasty, for example, is the topic or the issue. Against bakaw, sa waya bakaw, or in favor ka or sa right side bakaw. This is position. This is the purpose. And dili ra kung mo position ka sa imo self ha, dapat na kay evidence. Okay? Credible evidence nga abortion is wrong, therefore I am against abortion. Okay? And political dynasty is should not be considered because of these certain pieces of evidence. That's why pag jaon kay position nga gibarugan, make sure that you have an evidence. Okay? Credible dapat. Kapani-paniwala nga evidence. And the tone of it, or the tone of position paper, is formal, assertive, and academic. Maintains respect while presenting a persuasive argument. Formal, dili dapat mo gamit ng I, dili dapat mo gamit ng I think, because in position paper, you are, yes, you're displaying your idea, you're positioning yourself in a specific stance, but assertive dapat. And one way of making it assertive sa writing, sa sinuyat, ayo paggamit ng I, because this is not a reflection paper. Okay? Ang reflection paper, bagay ito sila magamit ng I. Pero ini, adyaw. Formal writing means there's no contraction. Walay dapat shortcut. I have, dili pwede I've. It is, dili dapat it's. So, formal writing. Assertive and academic ang dating. Okay? It maintains respect while presenting a persuasive argument. So you persuade. There's still this goal in position writing, position paper writing, nga naga-persuade sa audience. So make sure, sorry, nga ma-persuade, maengganyo nimo imong mga readers or imong audience on whatever it is that you are saying. Okay? That's the tone of it. Intro, body, conclusion, same ra gyapon. Okay? Intro, nag-introduce ka, give background information. Body, present structured arguments, and conclusion, restate ang mo stance. Therefore, I agree, I disagree with this because of the overall summarized idea or main points. Okay, that's for position paper. And last one for our lesson one is the critique paper. Ang purpose ani is that it offers detailed and objective evaluation of a work, book, film, article, etc., using set criteria for analysis. So, pag diyan ay intense, objective, kabalo naman taon sa differences, right? Sa midterm pala sa padaan, I already differentiated. I think comprehensively, I differentiated the objective sense and the subjective sense. So you already have an idea about the differences between the two. Sa evaluation, it means that you critique the piece objectively. Dili kong pure opinion. Okay? Because if opinion matters here, definitely it does not work sa critique. Okay? Using set criteria for analysis. This is the purpose of the critique paper. The tone of it is analytical and evidence-based. Opinions must be supported by clear reasoning. For example, in the film, there's a lot of killing, and then you will disagree about the actions of the characters or the behavior of the characters. So you say there, suyat nimo na killing is wrong. I think killing is wrong. Therefore, it must be backed up by real credible evidence that what made you think that killing is wrong. Okay, what's your reference? What's your basis upon saying that particular statement? This is how you evaluate objectively. Because if we evaluate subjectively, I can say whatever I want to say sa isa ka material. Okay? I can say whatever I want to critique for the specific material. Sa libro, ako ganahi, I can just say that this is ugly. Oh? Whatever I can say because it's subjective. No one can say about what I feel because feelings are uh validated, but not our actions. Using set criteria for analysis, not a criteria. And the criteria here are the set of evidence that we present, backing up our opinions. Okay? Matinood ang opinion or credit ang opinion, consider ang opinion nga true and convincing if naa siya evidence. Okay? I think killing is wrong because unlike in the movie, if that happens in reality, I think that there will be chaos in our society. Okay? That's the purpose and the tone of our critique paper. And critique paper means that you have overall analysis. Okay? Overall analysis. Critique tood is the verb, the attack, the critique, and then the critic nga critic is a person. Noun na siya. Okay? Critic. Ako ang critic. Ako ang food critic, for example. And my critique, na QUE ang last, is the action that I am saying against the presented material. Okay? Structure, di gapon intro, pero take note of the differences. So, sa intro, identify the work, creator, si may nagsuyat, purpose of the critique, present your main evaluation. Summary, provide a brief overview of the work's content. Overview nimo sa summary sa imo tag critique. Critique, this is your overall, like the critique proper na gyud. Analyze strengths and weaknesses of the material that you are assessing. Techniques, unsa man gigamit, effectiveness, effective ba ang movie, ang film, or ang book, ang journal, ang article, whatever, and what's the relevance of the material sa ato in a society by and large. Okay? Conclusion, state your overall judgment and offer suggestions for implications because to critique means to not destroy the author but to improve the material. It's never a personal attack. Okay? You should always consider the suggestion. Kung ikaw sa tag-critique, kibali it's a constructive criticism. Oh, suggestions or implications kung o may gusto nimo i-improve sa isa ka material. Dili kay it's a personal attack sa author or writer or the director of the film. It's never that way. Okay? And it should never be that way. So that's our lesson 1, guys. Tapos na ta sa lesson 1. Let's proceed na sa lesson 2. And it's all about a case study. So we question the philosophical thing. What is a case study? So it is an in-depth analysis of a person, sa tao, group, event or situation over time. Kaya bala jay sequence from start of this time and the end of a particular time. So the situation has been analyzed and studied. That's why it is called a case study. In the case of this person, in the case of this group, in the case of this event, what are the conclusions? So it provides a contextual examination to identify issues, challenges, and possible solutions. So, mura siya short research kibali. Okay? Pero, mura siya observational. No? Nga, unsa may nahitabo upon this span of time sa kaninga person, sa kaninga group, sa kaninga event or situation over time, sa given time. This is our case study. Okay? So, case study is widely used in fields like education, business, law, medicine, and social sciences. In many fields, this is used for, like I said, observational purposes. No, sa law, sa medicine, sa education, business, ginagamit yun ni siya. And it allows application of theoretical knowledge to practical from the theories being presented and with the evidence also included sa kaning case study, whatever the person is doing or a group of people are doing, event, situation, pag naa siya evidence and it has been proven nga effective siya or it has been proven nga ineffective siya, ma-apply siya practically in real life scenarios. So the types of case studies are exploratory. This one is conducted when limited information is available. Nag-explore lang ka to gain insights and let's just say familiarity. Okay? Explore lang ka. Walay in-depth analysis, wala nag-explore lang yun ka, nag-conduct lang yun ka because the word here or take note of this, limited information lang. Okay? Availability ng isa ka or ng mga or pieces of information, it aims to gain insights. Okay. This is what the person has been doing. That's exploratory. Another type of case study is what we call descriptive. It offers a comprehensive and detailed account. Nag-describe siya sa phenomenon, sa isa ka group, what the group has been doing over the span of time, and it offers a comprehensive, yes, nag-describe lang ka, pero comprehensively describing and detailed account of the phenomenon being studied from the word itself, descriptive. And third one is explanatory. Focuses on cause and effect relationships. You explain why this happens and why the phenomenon happens. You explain it, you explain the cause, and you explain the effects and the possible effects sa isa ka butang na nahitabo. Okay? So, another is intrinsic type of case study. It examines one unique case, not to generalize, but to understand it deeply for its own value. Intrinsic means not generalizing, but you understand for its own value. Education, focus ka sa education. Okay? One unique case lang, and it doesn't mean that it applies to all. Okay? So that is intrinsic. From the word itself, intrinsic, close relationship na to sa case study. Okay? Structure. Di na ta proceed na to sa structure. Structure sa case study, dyan yung title. And the title should be clear, specific, and reflect the content of the case. Ken, comprehensive dapat, specific, sa klaro dapat. Jay title mo siya essay pero na siya evidence. Executive summary, a concise overview capturing the key elements of the study. So, I guess this is very clear, no? Executive summary is a concise overview. Mura siya, what are the results, showing the results, what the results are, and capturing key elements of the study. What made these results so clear and so understandable sa audience? Next is introduction. Di ka mawaya dyan. Jay summary sa imo tag studyhan or key elements sa imo study, and additional pa ka mag-intro. It provides the background or the context of the case. Dapat na idea of ang mga viewers, ang readers, or ang audience nimo on what you're dealing with. Problem statement, you present the problem. It identifies specific issues, challenges, unsa may problema nga giatubang di ay sa kanang nga kaso. If that's personal case study, a group uh, case study, or a phenomenon type of case study. Unsa may challenges di ay nga present diha. Identify anay nimo and the conflicts of it. Next is your analysis. Ang imo understanding and ang imo exploration, in-depth exploration sa underlying causes, sa effects and dynamics of the situation. Your analysis of the problem, and this is something that you objectively um explore, no? Kay you include naman dire your situational observation. And solutions, recommendations, the last, I think one of the last parts sa ini case study. Pag human analyze, ini ang problema. Pag human sa problem statement, nag-analyze nimo, ay dili ni maresolve ang problema. Solution da yung recommendation. Suggest practical evidence-based strategies to resolve the problem. Ing ana ang case study. Very short lang yun siya. Mukha siya baby research. Okay? Mukha siya baby research. Nga, naay problema, gisolusyonan ang problema. And it's the writer of the case study that's responsible for suggesting practical and the said evidence, practical na mga evidence or pieces of evidence nga naa sa makita lang pod, observable lang pod sa ato society. That's to resolve the problem. And lastly, we have conclusion. Dili pa day last. Conclusion, ana, edisir ka mag-references, the last one. Conclusion summarizes insights and emphasizes the main key takeaway sa imo case study. Your insights and your summary, conclusion nimo. Magyapon ka nag-conclude ng essay, pero this time, you just summarize your insights, your realizations of the case study. Now, upon suggesting the evidence-based solution, I think that the society will be a better place, blah, 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 nga na. Summarize ka na, nag-summarize na ka ng imo insights and key takeaway mo siya unsa may overall effect ani if this study or these solutions are considered, no? And then don't forget the references. Okay, ihatag ang credit or i-credit ang dapat i-credit sa mga tao. Okay? Give the credit where credit is due. List all credible sources used to support analysis. Kaya iba na, magpaikuha ka sa internet, di ka ba dyan kung imo. So, credit man lang sub. Okay? And recommendations. Writing tips for case studies. Maintain an objective tone through your analysis. Dili dapat subjective. Dili dapat kargado ng mga I think. Okay? Objective, dapat ka whole throughout your analysis. Use formal, clear, and concise language appropriate for academic or professional settings. Adyo paggamit ng contraction, palihog lang sa case study. Okay, as I said, i-spell out dyan siya. Adyo dyan paghimuan ng it's, ang it is. Adyo himuan ng that's, ang that is, or that was, or that has. O i-formalize ang imo writing. Adyo sa pagsuyat ng mga judgemon. Adyo pagsuyat ng mga informal language. Even if you're just writing an essay and pasa nimo sa iyo instructor, adyaw, huwag mong subukan, masisira ang buhay mo. And concise language appropriate for academic or professional setting because the tone here should be professional. Okay? And as professionals, we don't act like we are stray dogs. Okay? We act as a formal human being. Back up claims and observations with data, evidence, and credible sources. Credible dapat kapani-paniwala ang imong sources upon suggesting a solution sa ato case study. Present ideas in a logical and coherent sequence. If you are presenting a solution about climate change, stick with climate change. Oh, dili kung adya ka mo abot sa abortion because I think the topics presented or wala gyud coherent sa mga topics presented. Dapat coherent ka. Adjust the tone and depth of information based on your target audience. Depende sab sa imo uh, target audience. Si may imo pasahan instructor, you have to be formal, of course. If it's the society, in general, then you have to adjust your language as well. Adjust the tone and depth of information based on your target audience. Because in society, it's not all educated people nga magbasa. It's not all instructors nga mag-receive sa imong case study. And so you have to generalize or at least make your language a generic one. Dili kung kargado sa ng technical na mga terminologies where only doctors, lawyers, and engineers can understand. So that's overall our case study sa lesson 2. And sa lesson 3 nato, we have here the title, The Basic Standards of Academic Integrity. So when we say academic integrity, I think that it's time for you to reflect on this. Oh, academic integrity. We question this one philosophically. What is academic integrity? Why are we dealing with this? Academic integrity is the commitment to honesty. Okay? Diyan mo integrity na tao if most of the time, oh, if not all the time, you are honest with your work academically. Responsibility, you take accountabilities for whatever you have missed academically speaking, and ethics in all academic work. You have to achieve what's right and what's not. You have to achieve what's right instead of achieving what's perfect. Because to achieve what's perfect, sometimes it includes um, bad actions or behaviors. Okay? Academic integrity is being genuine sa imong works, being sincere with the information that you presented, and using ethical considerations in all academic works. Murag gibali kung sa essay pa wala gyud ka nagpa AI lang. Okay? Nagpa-help ka sa AI in the sense that you presented facts and you don't understand and nagpatabang ka magpasabot sa AI and you summarize it using AI. I don't have any problems with that. Basta kay ang imong original idea na agihapon. Okay? So this is how we start defining academic integrity. And academic integrity class requires students to produce original work. Give proper credit to others' ideas and avoid dishonest practices. I think that's very self-explanatory. Okay? This is also the foundation of a genuine and credible academic environment. Because if everyone is dishonest, I don't think that there's any sincerity sa ato mga taghimo. And if it's insincere, I don't think that it should be considered. Key forms of academic dishonesty, plagiarism, using another person's words, ideas, or work without crediting or without appropriate citation or acknowledgement. Nangawat ka. And that's, again, a violation. Plagiarism ang tawag doon. Cheating, using unauthorized materials or gaining unfair advantage during exams or assignments. One of the reasons why instructors or professors or teachers do not let you cheat in exams in classrooms kaya para maanad mo when you graduate. Okay? Because you can never cheat life. Oh, this is what the reflection is all about. Why are we letting you write and think about a certain issue? Nga sir, kabalo naman mi unsay pasabot ani, but why instructors suddenly want their students to reflect, to give insights about this and that? Yes, we know the answer, possible answers as instructors, pero one of the purposes of that is that we let you think because thinking wins you outside of the classrooms. Okay? This is not for your grade. Of course, it's graded, but it's all about the outcome that you think critically, and when in times of need, sa critical situation sa kinabuhi nato, when we try to decide sa mga important decisions, whether you're an indecisive person or not, you think and you think and you think. Okay? This is to let you use your brains. Because if you let your ideas die instead of you, that's already a win. Okay? Fabrication is also a key form of academic dishonesty. Cheating or falsifying data. Nag-fabricate ka ng imo mga bis na imo tag-graduatean, AB ra, jay sa mulaong na AB si sa education sa upat ka tuig. O nag-falsify ka ng data. Research, results, sources, or citations. Adyaw pagpataka-taka, pag-create ng data na waya mag-exist. Okay? You research results na na-present kasab. Sources na na-present, scholarly speaking. And to fabricate is a very unethical thing to do. Oh, dili kong advisable John siya. Collusion. Secretly collaborating with others to cheat or submitting group work as individual effort. Diyan nagsabot sa exam na pag musinyas ako na kung manghuyab ako letter A, that's my action sa college. Guilty sa ako doon. Pero I changed. Pag manghuyab, letter A. Pag mulantaw sa ceiling, letter B. Pag mulantaw sa sayog, letter C. O, di ba? Now you have an idea. And it's not a collusion pag ako inyong instructor kay I will notice every action, every dirty secret that you have. Okay? This is a form of cheating. Collusion, ang pagsabot-sabot. Diyan sa lida na bad genius. Grabe ka common ang collusion diha. Why academic integrity matters? Of course, it ensures fairness and equality because as unfair this world is, dyan gyapon ato hope, dyan gyapon ato silver lining of fairness and equality. That's why we are practicing it here. This all here is just a practice. No? At dito ang tinuod nagyara sa gawas. Among all students in the academic community. So dapat fair kita para patas kita because we already know the feeling of being unfairly treated. Encourages critical thinking and reflects your true knowledge and skills. Guess what? True knowledge and skills are not just pure memorization. Okay? Dapat genuine ka sa imo tagpanghimo. Maintains the credibility and reputation of both the institution and its learner. So, dapat daw, i-maintain ang credibility and reputation of both institution and its learners. Hmm? Dapat daw. So, you need to follow this. Consequences. O may daw ato makuha pag academically dishonest kita. And this is the first one. Educational institutions enforce strict policies against misconduct. Jay mga consequences of our actions. Remember that we are all free, not just free to escape the consequences of our actions. Potential penalties. Diyan, failing grade, depende sa unay diyan sa patakaran ng eskwelahan or ng institution or the entire course. This is to let the student know that what he or she doing is wrong. Academic probation or suspension, expulsion or a permanent record of the violation, dyan mo marka na dili gyud ka kasaligan nga estudyante. Okay? Depende na sa eskwelahan. It's a school to school basis. How to uphold academic integrity. Cite ang sources properly. Kung dyan mo tagkuha gikan sa internet, i-credit kung haid yung gikan. That's why sa atong modules, if you notice, most, if not all, of the informe or pieces of information there or concepts there come from the internet. Pero na ako'y citation sa ubos. Na ako'y butang na references sa ubos. Or sa last part, dito sa last part sa inyong module na references. I-open to siya and what you will find is kanang naa sa explore ninyo. Whenever using another person's ideas, text, or research, i-credit sa. Okay? Para dili ta kasuhan ng plagiarism. Be original. Develop and express your own arguments and analysis. It's not about producing an original material, but to be innovative so that you can create your own analysis and your own idea or concept out of the presented one. Okay? Ana raman ta, we learn from one another. Manage your time effectively to avoid last-minute stress that could lead to poor decisions. So, mukha naman siya advice na noon. Use resources like plagiarism checkers para dili ka mo uh, malang-ana, unethical ang inyong taghimo. So, I guess that ends our discussion. These are all the lessons that we need to be internalizing sa last module nato. Okay? So, if there are questions, you can ask now. If none, then our meeting is done. Thank you for your presence. I appreciate it, and hopefully you learned something. Thank you very much, and goodbye.